I had the urge to play a little bit of Lord of the Rings online, and I'm doing something completely different. Because normally I tend to play melee characters, or hybrid kind of thing. So this time I went Runekeeper, which also is one of the least lore-friendly classes in the game, which I normally shied away from, but so far, it's been pretty fun though. All right. I suppose I should have. Well, I never think about it until I feel like. Hold on, where did you go? Okay. I never think about these things till I'm halfway through. Or not even halfway through, but I've already started. I'm like, I guess maybe there's too much researching of what I'm doing beforehand to really want to stream it. Let's see. This is the first time I went through this tutorial, because there's 2 different tutorials that you get to choose from. Do I have? No. I'm not seeing. All right. Okay, so either way, we're going to the Glen whatever. Where is it? Quit chewing on my neck. There we go. Actually, hold on. I don't want to do that. My equipped armor is better. However, I do think I might want to... What does this look like? Nah, we'll go back to the... What does this one look like? That one's not bad, I just don't like the color. We'll stick to that one. We'll see how far I make it. One of the problems with Lord of the Rings Online is the pacing of the content can kind of bore you a little bit. This is why this is probably the only MMO that I regularly play, and I don't have a max level character. In fact, I've never had to, they keep pushing the level cap higher, but I've never been at the cap. In fact, I think the highest I got legitimately was 60, 65, something like that, maybe 70. I do like the game, but yeah, like I said, just that. Because like there's what 100 and oh gosh, what is it? Are we at a? Where's the LFG? Okay, yeah. So 160 is now the max level, and I'm at level 11, and I've been playing for. Gosh, 6 hours? Maybe not 6 hours. What was I? Well, either way, I've been playing for hours, so that's a lot of time, and I haven't left this area here at all. And if you know anything about Lord of the Rings, It's got a huge map. So, and it's kind of, it has its plus and its minus, is because, like I said, more real estate is always better. More places to go, more places to see. But the you kind of end up not feeling, you end up feeling like you stay in one spot too long sometimes, because there's so much just back and forth, which is to be expected in an MMO. You can't really expect too much more than that, but and really not too many MMOs have ever really tried to fix that. I mean, I guess, like, I think off the top of my head, Guild Wars 2 did the best, because you go back and they kind of level you down a little. Well, I mean, you do actually get leveled down, but your gear matters more than your level, so you're still an pretty overpowered level, whatever that zone is. So, and the other thing that they do that's smart is they make old stuff relevant, particularly in crafting, because there's a lot of things that you need to get. Like if you're going to craft a what do they call them, legendaries? Either way, if you're going to craft one of them, oh shoot, is he down there? Where is this? I don't. Who am I supposed to? That is him. Okay, well. I lost my thought. Yeah, the legendary weapons, like, you still need stuff that you find in, like, low-level zones, and you still need that material. So it keeps... That's probably why they got the best economy, is because they don't just tier up everything and then ignore all the lower-level stuff. All the low-level stuff has a use for endgame. But that's just like crafting economy. But as far as, but it also gives people the reason to go back to different zones too. Not just, farming that, but the events, since the events give good materials and stuff, going back and playing events earlier.
Just a moment.
Earlier zones is a good thing. So I think pretty much every MMO should probably do something along those lines. And the biggest thing is just give high levels a reason to go back to lower zones. That isn't just to isn't just a, nostalgia and go look around, because I've done that before too. And then you can speed them, or you can pace the content better, so people don't get kind of like bored in between while they're grinding out quests. And again, I think the other issue is the side quests here are generally not memorable at all. Is that here? Here. I think part of it is, well, the side quests aren't all that memorable, and so people, the main story is pretty good. But the problem is you get, at least you used to, maybe they changed some stuff, but you kind of end up getting content locked by the continuing the story, or level locked, one or the other. So you have to do a bunch of side quests to catch up to level if you want to just follow the main quest. And the problem is some of the main quests actually end up having a lot of just little side quests attached to them. So that was kind of a mistake on their part, if you ask me. No, not a strange shadow. Oh, I thought that was something coming out of the water to attack me. No, I need to go back this way, don't I? I think if they could, what a good way to do it that matches the stuff that they have is those, they got the wandering warbands in Rohan, is it? Where you just had wandering monsters and you gotta seek them out and stuff, is you add those to the lower level zones, but you set it so they won't aggro someone who is too far below, or even make it an option. Oops, did I pass that? Some people like that kind of danger, but then it would give people reason to go in and hunt them down elsewhere.
Is there something I can do for you?
This was right here, and this is annoying, right? So I go up here and then go back, and then just go back basically to the same place, only 5 steps further. If you ask me, that this is kind of the bad game design that you face, or quest design rather. I have to wonder if there'll ever be a really good MMO again. Are you part of the quest? And it seems like all the MMOs they make nowadays, it's like they all make themselves like they know they're going to fail. Like even though many of them are like, oh, we're not launching with microtransactions and everything, but they have the system for microtransactions right there and ready to turn on. And even though it may be, and I can't even really think of someone that doesn't do that, or they start out by saying, oh, we're just going to sell cosmetics and nothing else, which is funny because the first blowback to microtransaction was cosmetics, and that was horse armor, I believe, from Oblivion. I remember when that happened, and gamers were in an uproar, and everyone was like, "Yay, we won!" But you didn't, because now every game in the world tends to have buyable cosmetics and microtransactioning you out of your everything. And it's sad because by itself it shouldn't be much of an issue. I don't like if people want to spend money on stuff, but they tend to design the game around the microtransactions, which ruins it. I think that's also kind of why some of these older games that add literally never had any sort of inherent microtransaction system or anything, because they were before microtransactions. There's some of these older ones that do eventually add it, and it doesn't really hurt the game that much because the game was designed before the microtransactions, so just ends up a better game.
Hello. I have witnessed the crossing of Black Riders with a veil of shadow along with them.
You know, I don't want to do these quests anymore. I don't like this area, at least as far as leveling. So if you're playing Lord of the Rings online and you want the quicker way, you take the original, the default tutorial. I'm forgetting which ones what they're called. This one, however, it just takes so long, and running around the landscape is just so horrible compared to the original early zones. See, what they should have done is they should have just had kind of a smaller area, or maybe even just instance like they do on other things down here. This could have been all high level stuff, and then you go from there and somehow you end up in Bree and head forward from there or something like that. But like as a starting zone, I do not like this zone at all. Like I suppose from just a regular zone, it's not bad or anything, but just the amount of running through all these little things and how long it takes is mind-numbing. Can I get a... I wish I could wield a sword too, just for aesthetic purposes. Eric was slain by a sword much like you carried. Alright. Good job running in circles. Alright, what does it say now? See, and now they're like, oh yeah, go all the... Like the... Every place has fetch quests and stuff like that. But because partly because Lord of the Rings is so big, it makes it even worse. And it's like they don't think about this when they put these kind of go fetch something and go all the way back, because this is like a long, boring run. And I'm the type of person who doesn't like kind of just taking things at a normal pace, but this is a bit too much. Like, I'm the guy who plays RimWorld on regular speed the whole time. I should look at this, I guess. Now I wonder what level or what difficulty you have to be on for that. Because as I was reading chat here, someone was saying that this isn't what the default difficulty was before they made the landscape thing. Which maybe that's why I feel so powerful compared to other classes. Snore. See, they should have had something like, okay, so you go up here, then you meet someone up there. You meet the guy up there. He says, okay, check this out, and I'll meet you over there. Not, but all the way back, quests shouldn't be like this. It's definitely one thing I like about MMOs that are kind of like modern or future tech, because then they have the option of being like, well, you just radio it in. Not that there's too many of those anyways, but I mean, I suppose you could, well, it wouldn't make sense here in this setting to magic it in, so the best thing to do would be to design the quests around it, knowing that there's going to be a lot of back and forth, and you're probably not gonna be able to get rid of all of them, Like, you'll need some of them just to make sense from a story point of view and stuff like that, but you can minimize it a lot. Or at the very least, if you're going to do something where they send you all the way out somewhere and send you all the way back, then make what happens significant. Like that was just, oh, I found some work parties, picked 3 things up. You know, have me stop and do something more interesting. A horde of orcs or whatever. You know, fight them back and stuff. That's the other way to kind of break that up. Make it interesting. Quarreled among themselves after the raid, but for what purpose? Blah blah blah. The swords collected, perhaps. Boring. I'm talking to this guy like 20 times already. Boring. Let's see. No to might. Agility is good, but will is, I believe, will and then secondary is agility, I guess. Yeah.
Could you do something about Tegwin? He's been bothering me since this morning.
You want me to kill him? Let's see. Oh, that's actually not as much. But that's non-combat. Yeah, no, we can go with that. Get out.
What can I do to help the village? Can I come with you?
Poor tusks. The other thing is I can't. I don't think I can. Let me check. There's that. That's the healer's shop. Maybe it's in provisions. No, there's nothing in here, which means it's going to be a quest in here at some point. Which means I'm stuck here for even longer. God damn it. See, I'd like to learn my gathering skills so I can gather things while I'm leveling instead of, you know, leveling all the way up to endgame or whatever by the time I yeah, as far as a beginner zone, this is a failure. Reminds me. Book 1, Chapter 2. At some point, they gotta point me back down to Bree. To intercept the story. So what am I looking for? Crab talon. And boar tusks and potential whetstones. What the fuck are potential whetstones? The rocks on the ground? Come on. One thing I do really like is the loot system. I think all MMOs should probably do something like this, just so you don't have to sit there and worry about it. You know, oh gosh, am I gonna lose something? And that is each time you kill someone, it gets put into a little loot thing with a timer on it, so. But that also means you'll never accidentally leave an epic. I don't think do they even have epics? But you'll never accidentally leave something behind that you shouldn't, that you didn't want to. And you don't have to run over there and loot them. You just wait till you're kind of, well, either in an hour, and on top of that, you can just trash things that you don't want to carry with you in a more organized fashion. But, you know, just when you're done, you loot. Or just every hour you grab your loot and it reminds me. What am I looking for? That's right. Collections. I want my little bird out. Wasn't there a way to rename them? There we go. Oh gosh. I think there's a way to rename them. I'm in Urukai. I'm dead. That was just a debuff. You died from the debuff. How bad are you if you died from the debuff? Okay, so it's a damage and debuff, but still. We make fun of orcs here. And since I did spend all this time criticizing, I guess I will point out, obviously, that the loot system I like a lot. I like the trait system too, even though that's not really unique to, it is kind of one of those things that seem to be out of fashion for modern MMOs, and I think part of the problem is almost all modern MMO is going the action dodge combat route, which I dislike that it's so prevalent now. Like everyone's doing it, kind of thing. Which is why I end up playing, things like Lord of the Rings online again. And wishing that someone would make something kind of old school as far as mechanics. But with updated graphics kind of thing. The relic system I like a lot too. I've always liked the idea of, I wish it would start sooner though, personally. Because I always like the idea of being able to get one piece of gear, or one or two, I guess there's two in there, but specifically one special piece of gear that you basically level up with you to kind of be your forever item. You know what? I shouldn't go out there because I'm going to go out. Actually, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to go back here to finish this with the boars, and then they're going to tell me to go out here, right? Another thing I like about Lord of the Rings Online was kind of the detrimental half to what I disliked, which is just about how you apply it, is the size of the world. Which, and the only real reason it becomes a problem is just the way the quests are done, and you end up having to be too long back and forth. The housing system I also like, although I do wish there was something a little bit. I mean, the ultimate would be able to, because there's so much land, would be able to make claims out in here and stuff, but if anyone's played Ultima Online, you know how that ends up, is just houses everywhere. Urban sprawl in the middle of the in the middle of Isengard. So I understand that how they did it. Although I think it might have been more interesting if they created ahead of time, like small little, like take one of these villages and just turn it into player housing, and then just have the what game does that? A Black Desert Online. You can basically rent just about any house in any area. And then the houses are instanced, so once you walk past the threshold, it becomes yours unless you specifically choose to visit. That's a pretty good way of doing it, because then you can kind of have looking cool. Although I think it would have been just as good as if they, instead of having them pre-built, is, I guess it is kind of what they do. I think that's what they do in Black Desert also, just for like if you don't live there and you're not specifically invited, but if to a specific house, if you walk inside it shows the top rated. I think, is that where that? It sounds like that's something they do, and I want to say that's what they do. If it's not them, it's somewhere else, but that kind of thing. So you just have a blank piece of land out there, and someone would buy it and build their house on it, and then what everyone else would see would be either their own house, their friend's house, kind of tiered system. Hierarchy. I tried to say hierarchy and tiered at the same time and ended up with teriyaki. Weird. Search the perimeter for... I'm hearing Masad. Oh, the light went out. Might have to make a pause in a second here to let the little bird, or not let the little bird out, put him in bed. No, stop. Uruk. Uruk boots. Dong. Tegwin is missing. First boy. You gotta figure out where he spent those. Where is he? Let's see.
You say the boy might have found Uruk tracks leading north?
Ooh, shining. Which is 2 mines. He he literally starts to try and eat my, well, not really. He thinks he's preening my neck, but he's really just tearing off the flesh, tearing off my skin. Wondering. Not quite tear. What it feels like is if you've ever had a tattoo, it feels like a tattoo needle on my neck is what it feels like. It's never rough enough for him to break the skin, but it's still he's got a sharp little beak and it feels like a tattoo needle. There's that. Didn't I have an item? Is it this one? You know, I'm gonna wait to do that because what I'll do is okay, let's go there first. What I'll do is I'll wait till I have time and I'll just use that and run around and get all the bunch of all the spots. All right. Are you telling me you're ready for bed? You're probably the only bird that goes to sleep at 6:30. Here. All right. Here. All right. Here you go. There you go. All right. 1 second. I am going to. Well, that should say be right back, putting the bird to sleep, but be right back anyways. All right. Put the little squawker to bed. He sleeps in the closet. Quite frankly, if I could sleep in a closet, I think I would. I ended up putting this cage in there because I can close the door and it's now the quietest place in the house, so I was not disturbed by usually my noisy neighbors. Unfortunately, the dude upstairs stomps around like a cow. Well, sometimes, not all the time. To be fair, he doesn't do it as much anymore. When I first moved in, it's like every night at like midnight, it was thump, 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 thump. Like I'm 6'2", 200 pounds, and when I wear combat boots, even I don't walk that heavy, so. I don't know how he stomps around so much. I guess some people just don't lift their feet sometimes. Or maybe it's not that they don't lift their feet, or they just have no control on stopping them. Who knows? Who knows? I'll just say some people, and that's it. That's a one thing I don't like about this of my apartment complex is like when they built it, they built the walls fine, because I mean, I do occasionally hear my neighbors, but not as much like my side neighbors. I only have one side neighbor too. That's part of the problem, since I'm on the end. But the walls are really good at stopping noise. The ceilings and the floors are not as good. So not only get the stopping upstairs, but I can hear the dude downstairs when he's screaming at whoever he's screaming at on his phone. I know, now I'm just complaining about my neighbors. No. This is what happens when you have these long travel times in between anything. It's a good thing I got a horse. I guess that's why I think this horse was one of them that was just getting to me. Like normally you have to have used to be level capped. Maybe because you start in the zone they uncap it or something, I don't know.
Say to your kind.
Oh, I don't give a damn about you either, punk. Truly made for the way water. The least of the problems they're putting here is steady. Defeat some things, okay. Scout warrior instructor, huh? Available quests.
Won't you lend me
I don't know if I want to. I think I just want to. Okay, so I got 10 matted. Ooh. Okay, hold on. So what have I got? Sorry. Let's see, I got a matted skin, broken swords, broken daggers, and dirty wings. Okay, there's broken sword sheaths. I got 28 of those. Accept. And then broken. I don't have enough broken hatchets. I have plenty of broken daggers. Am I missing dirty? They don't have any dirty wings. Your wings are dirty. Oh, okay, so broken daggers. Oh boy. I don't know if I want to hold off because you can only do 5 of them unless you spend money. I do got plenty of coins though if I wanted to. I'll hold off. Those are something I should probably just do at the end of the day unless I'm specifically trying to grind. Alright, cool. Oh wait. No, what is this? Earns the Fulgurite runestone. Place it upon the ground. Oh, that's the AoE one. And what is this one? Lightning skills have a chance to briefly buff lightning skills critical chance. Plus 15% chance on every lightning skill. I do like that one. as cool as the little AoE stone that I haven't had a lot of use for them as of yet. So I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. And how is this? I've not earned it yet. Oh!
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
Hey!
Greetings, friend.
Yes, I've been a VIP for a long, long time. What does this do again? There we go. Shared storage. Okay. Universal toolkit. Yoink. You know what? Let's take. Okay. And then let's open wardrobe. Okay. I have like 3, I think it's only 3. 3 MMOs that I got lifetime subscriptions. And actually the only one that I kind of regret is Champions Online. Not that Champions Online's bad necessarily, it's just that I don't know, something about it just wasn't very lasting. Or just funny because the other lifetime is the same company, Star Trek Online, which probably close to my most played at this point. And then Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings Online was my first. So what do I got? I got Arm of the Horned. What's the Cavalry? Powerbuck. Not. Cannot be equipped in the. Why not? It's literally cosmetic slot. Try this. Oh, how about I choose the right one? Dumbass. I do like that one, except it doesn't really work for my caster. I dig the faceplate motif, but I don't like how sharp that is. I don't like the cloaks that have that kind of. Like this one's it's dulled down a bit, but I don't know, maybe it reminds me too much of the clan hood or something. Well, I don't know. How does this look? I do kind of like those boots, though. I think I will go back to that one. I just don't know what I'm going to use for those ones or those. I think I like those ones better. Maybe if I dye that a different, actually, and let's. Oop. Let's see, where's the other one at? How does that look? Like that? Yeah. Yep. That actually looks better than that did. Although, character-wise, it doesn't really fit, so we're just going to go back with the hooded version. And now I just gotta decide, like if I could dye it, I mean I can dye it, but if I dye that, that might be pretty good. Here's the Hornberg. Versus what this was. No. I guess we'll just keep it. I wonder if I can ever change this piece of equipment. Like that's what this what it is here. I wonder if there's better looking. I'll have to look. All right. Suppose I could put an eye patch on. Stuff I want to keep. I don't know what I want to keep, honestly. So we're just going to close that and we're going to open this again. Is there anything else that I need to open? Those be considered weapons? No, they are. Class items. Right. And not stuff I can. I think these are. Let's see. Maybe those aren't class items. Yeah, no, this should be it. These are class slots, right? Class item. It doesn't say class item, it just says class slot, but I think that's where they... I'm so confused. Oh well, whatever. Let's equip my multi-tool there. I just got a virtue. I just virtue signal now the fate. You know, with will. Alright, enough of that bull crap. Blah, 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 blah. So what am I supposed to do in defeat? I think Moss Lurker. I mean, I knew it was a Moss Lurker, just hovering over it to see if it was a what class of creature it was. This is kind of cool. What is it? Okay. What is... Ah, there's one. This, have some fire, have some electricity. Why are you dead? Debuff, fire, electricity. Debuff, fire. Oh, you didn't even make it to electricity. Debuff, fire, electricity. I don't know why I'm being so cautious for. These guys are dying. I didn't give you any fire, and you still died. Oh. Now that I've slaughtered you, I hope you take this warning to heart. Really, they don't scatter bolt. Trade your checking. Now let's listen. I hate these quests. I hate those ones where they're just like, oh, here's the quest step. You just gotta emote. Ooh, so immersive. No, it isn't.
Let us continue our search.
And the biggest reason is because you don't emote to listen. You just go in there, go someplace, and you hear something. That's it. Hearing's always on, unless you're a robot. Or have a hearing aid that you can turn off. I suppose on the more fair side, at least Lord of the Rings Online is more consistent with doing it. There are some games that like they'll give you that question like, okay, go here and emote for this, and they'll like use it once. And like, oh, that was kind of pointless. You did this one quest to show me how to emote for a quest, and then you never use it again. Good job.
This does seem to be Tegwin's sword.
See, everyone listen. Granted, I still think it's kind of pointless because you should just stay there for a second, and then you'll get like a pop-up on screen. This is, you know, you hear a voice in the distance saying, "Feed me, Seymour." Or maybe in this case, "I don't know you, that's my purse." Your adventuring lessons were not complete. Shiny runestone.
You would be very proud of me. I'm certain of it.
Oh, okay. Good for you, kid.
The Old City. That must be Karaska.
Departed. Don't care. Essentially, it's not canon of the Lord of the Rings. I don't really care. Mostly because a lot of the writing is bad. Is that where I gotta go? No. It's kind of like they try to emulate Tolkien's style for it, which in one way you may say, well, okay, that's obvious what you should do when you're making a game based off Tolkien's, but yeah, not really. Because it ends up being bad, because you're not going to be very good at emulating someone else's style. You know, use a lot of the terms you use a lot of the language you use, but don't try and compete. You're not going to win. Or you're not even going to match. And while I'm complaining about the way stories are written, I really hate, and this isn't something about Lord of the Rings, this is just modern storytelling in general, the number of people that have no disconnect from the modern era when it comes to writing. Like they put people in they write people who are in an isolated situation where they know nothing else of the outside, yet somehow they know that their life is miserable compared to everyone else's that they've never seen or met. It's like, no, you're inserting yourself into the setting without actually being there, kind of thing. Like you're writing your consciousness into your character's consciousness. But your character shouldn't have any idea that this other area exists, so to them, it wouldn't be a harsh existence, it would just be a normal existence. That's a massive pet peeve I have about modern day storytelling. Heck, even people who know that there are better things out there, when you get used to it, it doesn't bother you as much. Anyone who's had to change environments to something more comfortable for a long period of time will tell you that. Talk to soldiers who were deployed from someplace mild to baking heat all year round. By the end of it, it was just normal life to them. It wasn't that until they go on leave, and then they kind of get refresher, and then and these are people who know what it's like to live in better places. If they didn't know, then yeah, it'd just be your average, everyday, normal life. It would be the mean, the average, the median, mean, and average, all in one. I haven't noticed any of that in Lord of the Rings, but to tell you the truth, I hardly read the side quests anymore. I'll read the main quests usually, but it's also kind of a, what do you call it? The downside of setting your game inside a piece of lore that already exists is everyone already knows what the conclusion is, which can make things less interesting in a way. This is also why I hate prequels of any kind, whether it's games or stories. Is like I already know what the end's like, so the story has to be either really, really good, or it just doesn't work. And unfortunately, most prequels have the same curse as sequels do: is they end up not being as good as the original, so it doesn't work out. So you bring work to Menlit. I never try to pronounce his name out loud. And that's what the time since he left us disgraced by the breaking of his oath. Oh, so he was calling the orcs. We were friends once. Still, this message you bring arrives late. We have been watching our route behind walls for some days now, or something. I encourage you to go die, is what he's saying.
I've been keeping watch over these lands for quite some time.
Okay. 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 At least all the quests here are within level range, at least for now. Alright. Let's go this way. Ooh, I got a packet of cider. Maybe I'll have that tonight. Question is, do I have the hot version, or do I make it and try and cool it? Sometimes cider just doesn't taste as good cold, but it's a warm. It's summer, so not just a warm day. It's summer, so maybe I don't want to drink it warm. But at the same time, it doesn't really change much. I'll eat big old bowls of ramen hot in 90-degree weather, and actually it makes you feel cooler in the long term because you heat up a lot because of it, and then you kind of cool down a little bit, and all of a sudden it feels like you're actually cooler. Okay. See, if the tutorial or the early version started more up here and then worked from there, I think that would be better. Because you don't want your beginning players to feel like they're struggling with the landscape. That's for later on. What am I supposed to do up here again? No. Oh, I'm supposed to pick flowers. Another good thing is I don't have to jump off from. I don't have to jump off my mount to collect things, which I appreciate. Now I may go back. I'm always all over the place. I miss the days when a single game could really capture my interest for a long term. I don't know if I just burnt myself out on it, and that I'm too old and played too many games, or if it's just that the way they make games have changed. But maybe a little of everything. But I very much miss those days. Like, only games like RimWorld are the ones that can kind of hold my attention for long enough. And that's because they're kind of slow-paced anyways, especially as I said when I... Ah, he kicked me. When I don't play one fast forward. In fact, I can spend quite a bit of time here too. If I can get sucked in. Which this class may do it. I'm cruising along, even though there's those long ride times, I'm cruising along. No downtime when I'm in combat or anything. And it's always easier when you kind of have a goal, and my short-term goal is always Moria, specifically to get the relic weapons, or whatever they're called. Although Moria itself tends to be the biggest hurdle for me. That's the place that really kind of bogs down. Oh, this was to help him. I was just like, nope, I'll go do other things. I didn't care. Oh boy! Don't get eaten. That'd be hilarious if he gets eaten. But Lord of the Rings isn't quite that overtly dark. Kind of weird how there can be so many dark things under the hood of something, but at the same time it doesn't come across as a dark setting, even though it's kind of presented as a dark setting. I mean, you're talking a fight for the end of the world kind of thing. But for whatever reason, the way it gets presented, it's almost a uniqueness from older story writing. It's not just Tolkien, but you look at some of the older stories, and some of them are like they're just as dark as anything written today. But the way they do it, it's not like an Entwife, I guess. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the darkness of a setting, and how older writings tend to have just as dark, if not sometimes darker settings, but for whatever reasons, it just doesn't feel that dark on the surface. Meanwhile, you got places that are like, oh, we're gonna make it really. Maybe it's because it's not really dark. It's just modern writing likes to add gruesome things to convey the dark. Which, I am gonna go with that. I'm gonna say that's probably what it is. Because I think about some of the settings where they add something really gruesome like that, and it gives it an overall feeling of being a dark setting, but it ends up not being a dark setting. You see that a lot sometimes I wouldn't say you see it a lot, but you tend to see it like anime. What is out here that I need to find? Like, where they'll have like just the first episode there to kind of shock you or whatever, and like, oh, look how gruesome and look how dark the setting is, and in the reality it was just gruesome. And then the rest of the setting is candy coated practically. That particular gruesome death was just there to try and convey a dark setting, a false dark setting, if you will. I'm trying to think of a good example of them doing it. I've nowhere seen it because it was kind of unexpected, and then it kind of just disappeared though. Like they did it, and then you expect more of it, and you keep expecting more of it, but it never comes because that was just a one-off to kind of mess with you a bit. Yeah, I think I should make the setting, the difficulty setting, just a little bit higher. Try that out. Especially since I can move and cast at the same time, so I can just kite them, practically. Like there's like I'm right on top of that. Maybe there's a cave or something. Maybe that's what I'm missing. That's what I get for not reading the quests, I suppose. But I don't read the quest because there's the wargs. Find the bridge to the north. The White Hands approach. I'm already doing that one. So, oh, they're both the same. I hate when they do that. Invasive. Check me out on being environmentally friendly. Okay. As much as I like killing things that fast, you don't get to use some of your other skills when you just kill them that quickly. Did I make a mistake? I might have made a mistake. There we go. Oh! It's Puff the magic rockworm. Puff the magic rockworm lives by the swamp. Murdered all the little kids who wandered by today. I don't know which way I'm the swamp. I'm not a poet. Why, hello there. And now we go on a murder spree. I mean, killing spree. It's not murder if they're not people. Are they up there? Damn it. I hate that I can't. Yeah. Alright, what's the... I guess that's the easiest way up there. Well, a little bit of lag there. There's another downside about Lord of the Rings is they got lag issues. And it's unsolvable because I'm 99% sure it is server issues, not internet issues. Just because it's been ever present for probably a decade. Oh, he did. Why is there a second one? Did he just spawn there when I was looking up?
Those are my arrows. Return them to me and I can slay more Uruks.
Okie dokie, but let's see, what do I want? Oh, I get 2 bracelets, right? I always forget. Some will and some won't.
I am pleased to see we share a purpose. Or at least we have our hatred of orc kind in common.
Oh, did I equip my... I did. My name is Bregolev, with a sexy name. I came from distance in Largest. On a journey of my own, but upon hearing of Uruks abroad in Iragon, I needed to break my steps. Now I slay the creatures wherever I find them, and will bring word back to Elrond. Oh, you know Elrond? I'm about a dead Uruks or no master. Okay. That might be a good visual item. Tarandir. I think I only see what I want is I need a mod that gives you combat music, and it's what do you call it? Oh man, why can I never remember the actual name of the song? It's not called I Am the Storm. Everyone knows what it is, though. I am the storm that is approaching. Everyone also calls it Virgil's theme, but it's... I don't know why I keep forgetting the actual name of the song, but you know which one I'm talking about. That needs to be combat music. Especially since I'm an electricity wizard. I think I need to turn that off. I don't even know why I still have it, honestly. I installed that mod for a reason, but I don't remember what it was. It was so long ago. I need to kill 5 more. 5 more. 5 more. Oh, how did that feel? Did you like it? Did you like your testicles exploding? Do orcs have testicles? I mean, they were once elves, but are they still there? I mean, imagine if you wanted to torture someone. And furthermore, why does he have an aura around him? That kind of bothers me. Must be... I could probably win, but I'm not doing it mainly because I have this feeling that I kill them and all of a sudden it's going to say, oh, go kill the captain now. And they're like, I just killed him. Now I got to go wait for him to spawn and kill him again. White hand, black arrow. Mahatma Gandhi. What? What? No. You know, I kind of wish my warden was easier to play. I haven't played him in years just because I take long breaks, like years long breaks sometimes, often, all the time. And the warden is one of those classes you really need to like play from the ground up to really get to, well, to be successful. But like just jumping in and saying, okay, I'm going to learn all these that I already have, it just, at least for me, it doesn't really work very well. Especially with the length of time I'm not, and the fact that I didn't play it for like 6 months maybe.
Purpose here is even better.
Warrior scouts the old forges in Holland. Find relics of elvish jewel craft. I want not worthless trash, I desire more. The elves made the things I wish to find, their lost arts and knowledge. For some unfathomable reason, Saruman the White has betrayed us, he seeks. Yes, I know. I've read the book and seen the movies.
By gifts and promises of secret knowledge.
I can't do her voice. The elves of Aragon. Oh no, she's got a deep grandma voice. Maybe I am doing her voice. The elves of Aragon were deceived before by words of kindness. I can't even say my own name. I just hit randomize. Of secret knowledge. It was a lesson hard learned, but I have spent. Okay, I can't do that. There's many years believing this to be true. We learn it well. Indeed, I say we, for I dwelt at Kellenbrimmore's city in those days. It was a grand. I'm not into reading right now. White green, although it doesn't help that this font is just not good for me. It doesn't work. My eyes are old. Let's see. I ask you to return to the city above and see the state of it. There are many artifacts. Okay. But first, I'm going to turn all this other stuff in. Because if I don't, I'll probably go back up there and then turn it in, and they'll like, hey, go back up there. I don't like taking multiple trips to the same spot like that. Does anyone really? Kind of like going out to the store and saying, "Oh, hey, you forgot the milk. Go back and get it."
What do you need?
But you were never told that you need the milk, so you didn't get it. But you still have to go back and get the milk. That's what that's like.
You are most welcome back.
Will you aid us?
Oh, guess not. That drum beat was reminded me of almost this entire song almost. Like if you listen carefully to this song, it almost sounds like a kind of a very remixed I Am a Door Digging a Hole. I'm not on the new one now, but there was a point there that it sounded like not only the drum beat, although I believe this may be AI. I know this channel, she originally did stuff digitally, but no AI, but she's got like a 24/7 live stream of the song now, so I think it's now AI. Which is fine with me, because it just means I'm not going to have any issues with people crying about copyright stuff. People did it to themselves. Or I suppose rather the big companies did it to themselves. An aged hammer within a toppled statue. I am facing it. Come on. Seriously? Ooh. Right. Oh no, leeches. Zap! Flame! Zap! If I was creative, I'd make a YouTube video putting this character on trial for war crimes, and like, what? I just thought it was like, he electrocuted me, and then he set me on fire, then he electrocuted me again. The orc crying. And then the UN comes in and arrests me. Do. Declining an auto. You have canceled. Oh? I don't remember declining anything.
These are sad reminders of times long past.
Whoa.
After the fall of Valerian, most of my people came to live in the land of Lindon to the west.
So I know this is partially because this was long before voice lines became standard for the entire quest, but I almost found it more annoying that they just do part of the voice instead of the whole thing. I think they really should just do one or the other. Still young kingdom. Set seal, forge, elfsmith, blah blah blah. The friendship is treated as you can see great people. They had long exhausted the forest of their island. Didn't their island home like destroyed? Despaired to see the toll taken upon the wide woodlands by the Numenor. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's been a long time since I read the Silmarillion. But I don't ever remember the Numenorians being the evil bad guys. And that... I'll have to look that up. I don't quite remember that. Maybe it's something I forgot, but...
See the woods and fens so ill-treated, but he did not want to harm his alliance with the men of Numenor.
But what do I expect?
See this city as it was during the height of its beauty. So much gets lost. He called himself Entourage.
Ooh. Maybe I shouldn't have randomized my name. Yeah, that's fine. I'll be one step away from evil. I mean, it's just the last 3 letters. It's fine. Although it still has the same cadence. And Theron, Theron, false. I'm accidentally evil's brother.
Not all who dwelled at Caras Galebrin trusted this new arrival. Caliborn saw something in the Lord of Gifts that troubled him.
See it like this. If they're gonna do the voice, then do the whole thing. It's fine. That armor is very glowing. Though Galadriel had gone, Celeborn remained at Caras Galebrin. Celebrin? As I need a drink. In fact, I think I'm gonna go make that cider in a minute here. Chief Defender refused to abandon these lands and sought to protect them against a stranger who had seized Celebrimbo's ear. Entheron hated the Great Company and its deeds and summoned one threat after another to trouble them. On away from the city, noble elves slain, still Bright Company connects. Okay.
Despite the mistrust of some at Celebrimbor's city, Antheron did not remain idle. He gathered to himself promising students and gave to them secret knowledge. But whatever he taught them, always he held
So wait,
in reserve.
are you suspicious of him, or are you suspicious?
More instruction to be given.
I guess considering she's next to someone that says disapproving, I guess she's suspicious of him. Where are we now? What kind of elf magic is this? Ugh. Kill the witch.
Antheron convinced the jewelsmith to forge great rings of power. Long they toiled, until at last their work was complete.
He wasn't wrong. I mean, they did do that. Celebrimbo gave to the king the dwarves and then the rings he had made. And for a time he knew peace, not knowing he had been deceived, not knowing that what he had done would nearly undo the world. Only once more, and when he did, he would bring death and destruction with him. But after he was gone, Bimbo began to doubt in time. Suspicion awakened in his heart, and he began to worry that Ant had ensnared him by his own greed and some devious scheme. He decided to use the art he had learned to forge 3 more great rings unknown to the treacherous Lord of Gifts. He believed he could use these rings. Okay, let's go Legolith. Ant returned to Mordor, and in the heart of his kingdom, he cast aside his fair guise. He had no more need in Mordor. The Dark Lord Sauron. I was trying to think of something stupid to call him, but Sauron's kind of stupid, anyways. Sought the fulfillment of the scheme for which he had planned, walking unorsed among his hated and familiars.
You go on ahead. My words will guide you, but I go no further than this.
Oh, sure. Send me into the fire. This part of the new, quote-unquote new, and it's probably like years and years old. I just never played this version of the tutorial. But this part of it is actually pretty good. It's the overland stuff that dragged on longer than it needed to. And this right here, well, okay, I mean, I guess because you're supposed to walk and go, ooh, look how ominous and evil it looks.
In the fiery heat or a dream, not dream, Sauron forged the wings.
You're kind of tiny, dude. I could kick your ass. I thought they said he got rid of his pretty boy disguise, but he looks like a pretty boy still. Oh god. I knew I never should have smoked that weed.
Celebrimbo had kept one of the 3 for his own.
You know, I dig his threads. He just called her old.
I returned Tegwin to Moscow.
Oh, we're gonna be a plucky band of travelers, adventurers. I really freaking hate being called adventurer in every single fucking game now. It's like, oh, adventurer. Oh, it's like, for the love of God, try something else. Call them travelers, right? Stranger. I know that was one of the older ones that was everyone said, but I think I'd like to. As like the problem is once a new phrase catches on, everyone does it. Ah. Okay. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
I have waited Orpine for much longer
Yeah.
than you have been alive, Dunedawn.
Yeah, you stupid little bitch. That's right. She's old, and she hates things more. You're now broken. I know. Or should be. You know what he desires to become. Ask not if I will help you range through the north. Ask instead if you are strong enough and great enough to lend any assistance. They already don't like her. Who cares? Look, listen, dude. Quit being a simp. It's just some elf wench. Who cares? It's because she called you a little bitch. Actually, that even makes less sense. She called you a little bitch and then you simp out for her? God, no wonder Sauron almost won. I don't even know why I have this here, actually. I never pay attention to it. Ugh. I suppose someday I'll have to pay attention to it. Although it's slightly off-centered, which is annoying me. Oh, I guess I could have. That's on me. Not bad. Although I don't know that it's really that much more unless I use Swift Travel, but sometimes I'm too cheap. But I could have gone and made myself that last packet of cider. Damn it. That's it. No, it's a holly troll. Have a holly jolly trollmas, it's this time of the year. I don't know where you're a troll. Oh my gosh, it's smoking, it's on fire. This world is on fire. Should have got, maybe I should have gone there first. I don't know. No, something's doing. Oh boy, I discovered Idaho. Oh. Who am I supposed to talk to there?
Mega Bonnie.
I have been exchanging notes. Oh, I see. He's. Are you an elf too? Yeah, yeah. I think we know his type now. What the hell? I'm tired of hearing that woman's voice. No offense to her, but
I welcome your
it's like the same narrator and voiceover. It's one person.
I welcome your aid.
All right, I guess I'll. Yeah, I'll do it now. All right, let's see. How much water am I supposed to use? Okay, so I can just use my standard cups. Oh crap, I gotta clean them. What, this one? I gotta clean this one. I have a bad habit of cleaning on demand instead of ahead of time. I don't know why I'm like that. It's part of my procrastinator personality. Which is even weirder. Because, like, at home, and personal stuff, I procrastinate like a monster. I did so at in school too, for school work and for school projects that I had to do at home. But whenever I was at school or alternatively at work, I would get stuff done quickly and ahead of time. Like that's ended up why I ended up being always getting awards at wherever I work, is because most people would be like, okay, here's your project, and other people would be like, okay, we'll get to it, and they're kind of lazy about it. I get it done immediately. So, which again, it's complete opposite, because that Johnny on top of things at work and school, but Mr. barely make the deadline every single time in personal life. I guess that's what you call extreme compartmentalization. Or maybe I'm two people. It's almost like a split personality without personality. Split motivation syndrome. There we go. I wish I had snacks. I keep thinking about getting some snacks, and I never get snacks. What the hell is that? I don't even have anything to make snacks with. I can make... Like, I'm almost tempted to make, rock candy, because all I have is a bag of sugar. I do got tuna fish, which is more of a healthy snack. But I kinda had that inkling for something sweet. I don't have it often, but I think I got some candies hidden up here. Like I'm a horrible fatty. Not that I'm horrible fatty, but I'm just bad at being a fatty. Because I keep forgetting to get junk snacks. And then when I do, it's like, I don't eat enough of it. No, then it goes bad. I should have got some Egos. Just throw one in the old toaster, and speaking of, and then a little bit of syrup on them. Okay, this one, July 16th. I gotta look at which they need to defrost for tomorrow. July 11th. Okay, so this goes back here. I really need to dump this out. I don't know why I'm doing all that. You know, no, let's put that back. I do that later. I need to put this. I guess I'll put this right here. There we go. Defrost the pork for tomorrow. How much sugar does this have in it? Quite a bit. Holy shit. This one serving of this cider is 40% of my daily intake for sugar. That's insane. The hell? That's more than a can of soda. Unless they changed soda recently, they might, maybe they did. But 40% of my daily intake? Ooh, good God. It's a good thing I practically didn't have any sugar for the last 2 days or more. Here, let me see. Oh no, well, no, actually, no, I take that back. It's still about the same, at least of this Monster energy drink. Because that's about twice as much sugar, but the can is twice as big anyways. All right. Not that anyone missed me, but now that I'm actually back. Wait a minute. Do I need to kill you? Oh. I do kind of need to kill you. I'm going to look for the trolls instead. Look, I don't want to kill the... That tree's just living his best life. It seems rude to kill him. Ulrich boot print. Ooh-doo-doo-doo. There's one of those weird things. Highly trolled. What's with this odd tree here? I feel like this tree stands out for a reason. Dorks up there. There's the tree and the orc should fight. There's not enough infighting mobs in a lot of the games. Yeah. Oh, what the hell? The badger don't give a fuck. Alright, I said it wasn't going to, but I don't want to run around trying to find the last one. Oh wait, never mind. Your friend is right over there. I'm going to kill him instead. All right. Let's go down here and then up to here and there. No, don't attack me. I spared you. And it was today I learned the lesson is never spare a tree. They will kill you if they have the chance. Never trust it. Never trust a crab bird. I hate their names. Because I just think of king crab. Do. No. What is this over here? I probably shouldn't be just running through there without looking, but could have jumped off a cliff. Unrest at defeat wood trolls. Isn't that what I was killing? Isn't a holly troll just a wood troll? And the question is, are they down here or are they up there? I'm going to say they're up there. So wait a minute. He doesn't count. But he does. That's stupid. I saw a corpse over here. Where is it? There it is. Ow! Lame. Dead man, tell no. Ew, he's melting on his face is melting. Really? That's all it was? I thought it'd be like a quest or something. Man, you're tough. Did you really just throw a rock at me? You son of a... Two more, you nerds. All right. Are there any more? No, that's it. Get the hell out of here. Have a holly jolly Christmas. I just killed all your friends. They're all dead and you're alive, but then you'll have no friends. Oh no. And we go down. That's one thing that's kind of bad is the mob popping. This game's draw distance is not fantastic. I think I have the mob draw distance all the way up. I know I turned the grass down a little bit because that's how you can always tell that it's a mob, is you just... the tree suddenly pops in. Why are they all, I wonder if everyone's is always named Windfoot. Or is that like maybe seeded per account? I'll need to like watch someone else play and get the starter horse. Because mine's always named Windfoot. I just realized that. Really? Sent me all the way back here to get a bucket of water. And I have to wonder if I drop it, if I get hit, if it's one of those stupid ones, and then I have to run back and pick it up. I'm almost scared to swim. For the same reason. All right, I got your damn water bucket. Whose water bucket was it? Was it yours? Oh, I just splashed. I just sprayed that girl.
Beware the servants of the enemy.
What can I do for you?
You have my thanks. for taking
Oh! None of this is worth anything to me. All right, well, we'll hold on. See, where's it? Up there? Okay, I can do that.
Her success? Those are good tidings.
You know what's really crazy is, so that cider is supposed to have like 40 grams of sugar. And it doesn't taste any sweeter than a can of soda, which has about the same. If, well, depending on the soda, but. Do. Why am I doing, like, okay, killing the ultra thing.
I must soon return to Imlatus with these grim tidings.
Oh. I got some pants finally.
My people fled north after Taras Celeban was destroyed by Sauron.
Armies pursued, blah blah blah.
Pursued them.
I didn't really read it. I don't care. All right. They are all north in that one little spot, which is good. Oh wait, is this? Don't tell me that's a. The map is so bad sometimes. Like you can hardly, because this looks like it's underneath it, like it's a little highlighted area, but. Yeah, I got everything. Alrighty then. I know, I'm just checking again to see if I need to kill more of them. Because like I said, I didn't really pay that much attention. It's... Just hanging out with the Holly Troll, huh?
Trovandis. I assume she told you of the Urukai?
Blah blah. Whoa! He looked at me funny. Okay, so kill everything. That's what I'm. That's the vibe I'm getting. Oh, I got this thing, which I'll probably never use. And as I was beginning to say, I'm glad I don't have to run to each one to loot because I'd be doing a lot of running. Especially since it's ranged and not melee. Melee, it's a lot easier because you're just right there all the time. Oh, a strange cage. It's the cage they put Aqua in. If you understand that reference, we can be friends. I feel like I'm playing an overpowered isekai. Like I both like I like the pace, I like the feeling of it. Of the Runekeeper, that is. I'm not a big fan of the casting animations and stuff. Well, okay, maybe not so much the animations. I guess I'm not a fan of the weapons. So there's something. Oh, wreckage and debris, right? Okay. I was going to take out the captain, but... Okay, and then this way. I wonder if there's a way I can get it to make the, whatever rune thing decay less quickly. There's... Okay, is that all of it? Yeah, that's all of it. That is all of it. I'm slightly hurt, quick heal.
What do you need?
So it totally doesn't matter, does it? Just whatever sells for the most. Which I think it's the heavy shield. Yep.
The presence of wargs within the Urukai camp is troubling.
You know what? Let's cut back down. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and call it there for today. And maybe And we'll see. As I like to just randomly stream, so who knows if I will tomorrow or not. And if it'll even be the same game, or if it'll be 5 years from now and a different game, who knows? In fact, I mostly stream so I can continue to talk, remind me to talk for the little bird, so he's not sitting here just in silence glaring at me. Because I forget to talk and he gets actually gets kind of lonely, so. But he's asleep now.
But did you find aught else?
Unless I am, this is a dagger of the Bright Company. Okay, whatever.
And so I will bid farewell to you and the Ranger Meneldia, for I must bring this warning to Imladris.
I will take Regalet's warning to heart.
We travel. Okay. Okay, that'll be it. So, who knows what the future holds? I am out of here.